Far-sighted planning made Oakland a major seaport, serving over 50 steamship lines. And Oakland is a city of beautiful homes and views, a fine place for living, working, and raising children. But in Oakland's future, as in all larger cities, there is an internal threat.
Do you want me to put it on your face, or are you going to hold it?
Hold it.
Our track's going to have a lot of levels, so we'll need to build it up taller to add all the different curves and straightaways that are going to be on our track. The blueberry pieces like the marbles.
He was out sick last year for 5 weeks because of asthma. He could not even walk to the bathroom without having an asthma attack. I had taken him to the ER twice, and they sent him home and just said, just give him treatments. If he is worse, bring him back. We first noticed that he had breathing issues right when he was born. When he finally came out, every parent just wants to see their baby and for them to lay on them. He laid on me for literally 2 seconds before they took him. And then they took him away, and I did not know why. I was left there not knowing if he was okay, what was going on. And I later found out that he wasn't breathing well on his own and that he needed to have some support. I think the air quality in general does have an effect on how bad his asthma gets. I did not have asthma before I moved to California. And since living here, I have asthma as well. I actually, more like him, have it when I'm sick. I didn't have that till I was an adult and living here. Unfortunately, now my whole family suffers from asthma. And it might be because of where we live. He stopped breathing when he was 5 weeks old. That was terrifying. We had to call 911. The police came, the ambulance came. We got to the hospital and they resuscitated him about 5 times. They put him on oxygen and they tried to find out what was wrong. That's when Dr. Gibb became his doctor.
We definitely see that because the highways and the trucking that goes through Oakland, that we see a lot of diesel trucks, and that can really increase the air pollution and cause asthma exacerbations in our community. Kids might live closer to the ports or to the highways, and so they face more air pollution at home, but also in their schools where they're spending time outside. If you're missing school and you can't play at recess, you're missing out a lot of normal kids' activities, and it's really important for kids to feel like they can do normal activities, that they can go to school, they can learn, they can participate in sports. And for parents, they end up missing a lot of work, which can be really hard on them, both financially, but also just keeping a job, and it's just really a huge stress for the whole family. And kids are more susceptible to asthma and these conditions and to the pollution because they have larger surface area of their lungs compared to their body size. So they're actually getting more exposure than adults for the same air pollution.
When I was doing this health survey program, I would go to the neighborhood school and I would visit the health nurse. And she used to have all these shoe boxes and baskets with kids' names, little pieces of tape on the inhalers. So that really sparked my interest. Why did so many kids have all these inhalers? Then as I got more involved in different health workshops and informational places, that we found out 1 out of 5 children in West Oakland from the ages of 0 to 5 end up in emergency hospitals. We are a community-based, grassroots organization that's been in existence for 30 years, who has been challenging agencies, regulatory groups, business, mobile sources, stationary sources about root causes of emissions from their business models. So the trucks, trains, ships, cargo handling equipment, to get rid of the stuff that has made us be sick. Asthma is environmental. It could be genetic, but most of it is environmental. What are you breathing outside to inside?
I run a trucking company in Oakland at the port. We deliver the goods to distribution centers that ultimately get them to the consumer. I started attending community meetings back in the 90s, and we started to see that our goals are the same, which is get the trucks out of the community and also reduce the diesel pollution effect on human beings. When you listen to the community saying, look, if you're parked right outside my bedroom window and you start up your truck and a plume of smoke comes out, then it's going to go into my room and it's going to affect me. It's like a secondhand smoke. And since the truck drivers are sitting on top of the engine that produces that diesel emission, we were actually more impacted than the community. And so it was a win-win to team up together.
After 5 years of being involved with the state mandate of emission reduction, we have reduced emissions by 31%. The process has to be a labor of love because it's slow. You got to have constant strategies and planning and understand where is the new technology and who has the what funding, and also how do you keep setting the table to have collaboration.
When the Army base was transferred from the Army to the city and the port, we worked together with the community to say, okay, allocate some parking away from the community so we can get these trucks away. The immediate effect was move the proximity away. Now let's go ahead and start reducing it. And that helps the community, that helps the truck driver, both human beings that are, sucking up all this diesel pollution. These are newer trucks. The trucks have particulate filters, and it's hard to see because in the old days they used to add them on. Now they've got them built into the engine, so you really can't see much here. 90% of the particulates that used to come out of older trucks are captured by this filter and they're burnt up, so you don't get that effect.
It's an uphill battle. We have to continue pushing legislators, how you gonna keep us alive, and how they see that they should be our champions.
I want to and hug me when I come down.
Okay. We still have more work to do to become emission free. That is one of my bucket lists to make sure the generations behind me understand they got to continue this fight of being emission free.